right,
good.
Back by popular demand. Everybody last week demanded we watch another Zatoichi movie. So
Been a long time.
yeah, we've
Too
watched.
long.
Is this like the fourth one, third, fourth
Fourth
movie
or
we watched?
fifth.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, this is from 1964. Zatoichi, the Blind Swordsman. This is called Zatoichi Fight. Is the name of this one.
Where Zatoichi gets a baby.
That baby don't look nothing like him.
It's like, well, it's one things I like about this one is it really they emphasize Zatoichi's pain, where he's just like he's such a nice, good person, and it's just like goes deep into his personal, how fucking depressed he is, and so he's always being hunted by Yakuza because he kills the wrong person, does the wrong thing, and there's people hunting him at the beginning.
It prevents him from having a normal life.
Yeah, he gets in this palanquin thing, with people carrying him to where he's going. And along the way, he runs into this woman. She's like, "Oh, I have cramps. I have a baby, and I have cramps." So he stops and helps the woman, lets her take his thing, the palanquin.
I still have issue. They could have got him earlier when he first gets into the what did you call it again?
Palanquin.
Yeah, could have got him there.
Yeah.
Like,
then we wouldn't have a story.
I know.
I mean, they would have tried to get him. They would have been
There
unsuccessful.
could have been a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, they all surround this thing, thinking he's in there. They stab their swords into it. They kill the woman, but the baby survives, and he runs up and sees the baby. So he's now traveling with this baby.
Yeah. It's like I got this baby back to its dad.
Yep. Because she's got like papers on her saying like kind of who she was.
She was sent away to pay off a debt for her husband.
Yeah.
Had to work it off.
Cheers to prostituting your wife to pay your debts. Yes.
Must be nice.
Ancient Japanese way. Yeah. That is such a common theme in Yakuza and samurai movies. I'm like, how much did that actually happen?
I was looking
That
up.
had to have been enough. Yeah.
Like, that's pretty common.
It's like a lot of these Korean movies. There's always somebody getting their organs stolen and sold and shit. But anyway,
That's where they get them from.
like,
Think they get the organs from here? No.
They're just American organs pawned as Korean organs.
Now our channel's going to get taken down.
yeah,
Talking about that.
yeah, we can't get struck. Yeah, you can't say the wrong things. Certain things, even if they're just normal ass words.
Organs, Koreans.
Yeah, getting organs from Korea.
Koreans. Yeah, so it's hijinks with the baby, blind man with the baby. He gets his face peed on, which
And he's like, oh, it's a boy. And after that, he's like, oh, you're in good health.
Yeah,
After
he's
tasting
a
the
healthy
pee.
boy. Strong stream. It's obviously hydrated. It's not too yellow.
he's walking to this city where his father is, trying to find his dad, and he's trying to change diapers. There's a scene where he's like, "Hey, lady, is there a scarecrow in this field?"
Oh, yeah.
This is where we meet this other main character in this story, this woman. She kind of directs him to the scarecrow so he can steal the clothes off of it to rip up in the diapers. So he's just been stealing random like flags and shit all over on his walk to make into diapers.
I did like one of his first few nights with a baby when it was just him. He pays the prostitute to wash the baby.
Yeah, they come into the room and she's like, "You're a real greenhorn. You brought a baby to this?" And he's like, "Listen, I just want a good night's sleep."
The baby is your customer.
Yeah, the baby's your customer.
Yeah, and then there's this whole thing where even though he says he wants to have a night where he doesn't worry, he keeps getting up to check.
Yeah.
Like he can't go to sleep.
He's kind of hoping he was like, now that the baby's asleep,
Yeah,
let's get to business.
yeah. No,
Didn't happen. No, he just went to sleep.
I don't know. And all the times that women come on to him in these movies, I don't know if he ever actually does go ahead and get it on.
Follow through.
Yeah, I don't think he ever does.
Things he's good at is gambling, getting women to swoon over him, but
Killing people.
killing people. He may be a virgin.
Maybe.
I mean, there's probably one time in teenage
These people
Zatoichi's
that
life
are
where
really good at things. They don't ever have time
What
to
if
go
he's
have
just a
sex.
mega chad?
Yeah, because they're so frustrated, they
Yeah.
work it out some other way.
Yep.
He does end up at the gambling table with this baby, and it's a pretty funny scene because he gives the baby one of the chips. He's like, "This one's yours," you know.
Yeah.
And we've seen this scene before where gambling hucksters try to get one over on
Never
old
cheat a
Zatoichi.
cheater.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
like he's the ultimate. So the gambling scenes in all these movies are some of my favorites. Where like you got the two sides trying to get one over because he can hear the dice. He knows what they're gonna land on. And you know, there's this thing where in this one, where the guy like instead of like because they take the cup and they throw it in the cup, and instead he throws the two dice up and they land in these like little basket things on the ceiling,
The
up on the
rafters,
rafters,
yeah.
and then he has other two that he palmed to make it odd, instead of even because he kept betting.
But it sounded different.
Yeah.
You could hear it. Even for a non-blind man, you could hear that they sounded different.
It's such a good scene. He tosses the baby across to the woman, cuts the cup and the dice in half, and then like cuts the thing in half down there, and the dice fall down into the guy's cup, and everybody's just like, he's like, I think we'll use these dice. You know, like,
And I think they'll be even again.
yeah. And then it goes right to that. He leaves and like he's out in the dark, and he like finds some hay and he puts the baby down, and the guys are like, you can't fucking win all that and leave.
Yeah.
That's not the way it goes. And he's like, shh, shh. Like, so they're trying to kill. So it's this real funny scene where they keep like getting ready to kill him, and he's like, shh. And then the guy's like, he's killing all these guys.
He shushes the dying guy.
Yeah.
that was perfect.
Yeah, and he keeps checking on the baby, like bodies falling down. You know, it's really funny.
You're no fun.
So you have that. What else happened in that movie?
So
Baby gets hungry. We got the breastfeeding.
Oh,
scene.
yeah,
we can't
the
forget
breastfeeding.
about
Can't
that.
forget the breastfeeding scene. Before that, we have the scarecrow guiding lady runs up to him while he's just trotting along. He's got a samurai chasing him.
Oh, because she stole the wallet. From
Stole the wallet.
Pickpocket,
Yeah. And she's like, "This is my husband, and I'm an honest woman, and why would I need to steal from you?" Because she palms the wallet into his. You know, strip search me if you must. You know, but I've got no wallet on me.
Yeah.
And Samurai's basically ready to kill this whole family. He's like, "Well, pull out a piece of paper for me, will you?" And I'm trying to
Yeah, do that. Yeah,
pull out a piece
it's actually pretty good.
pull out a piece of paper for me. The samurai is like, "All right, you know, whatever. I got some parchment on me."
Yeah.
Zatoichi does the Zatoichi thing, chops into 3 perfectly equidistant links of paper, showing him that he's a true professional swordsman.
Yeah.
And the samurai is just like,
He's like, you can use these papers for our gravestones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Take him up to the temple, if you will.
Yeah.
And the samurai it doesn't say anything to him. It's just like, you're a burden on this man's life.
Yeah. You blemish his name.
You don't belong with such a great swordsman. And he like runs away as quick as he can. Like. Yeah, it was a really good scene.
It was.
But yes, the breastfeeding scene.
Yes.
He's waiting for her to go get milk, and the baby's just crying. So he's like,
I feel like Nick's tried this one time.
So the breastfeeding scene. I didn't try it. It just happened. All right, it just happened.
Oh.
All right, Jackson didn't latch to his mama. All right, and I'm holding my son. He's just
You're
been
like,
born.
I have nipples.
No. They were just there. They were just there. All right. He tried on his mama. It didn't work out. He tried on me. It also didn't work out. And that's when we determined that our son was going to be a formula baby. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. No more popcorn. Untold Jackson stories. Jackson, when you watch this in your future, I'm sorry. You did at one point try and suckle on your dad's titty.
Well,
Zatoichi did the same thing, and it also didn't work.
well, he
out.
does this on purpose to try to get the baby
Yeah,
to calm
to-
down.
yeah.
So,
And it works.
He's like, oh,
Me and Zatoichi are basically the same.
baby's
person.
got some strong gums on him. Yeah, most of the movie
Yeah.
is him just traveling and being attacked
Yeah.
randomly by all these guys, just killing a bunch of people, which is kind of
Initially, when the gang was only 5 dudes, I was concerned that it was going to be similar to the last movie where he was not getting attacked by a whole bunch of dudes.
yeah.
You know, and while I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, it didn't seem like he got attacked as many times as he has been in past movies. This movie, I felt like, did show more of an emotional side.
Yeah.
You know, it showed him kind of coping with the fact that he can't have just a normal life. He's growing attached to this baby,
Yeah.
and he really can't. You know, he's
Lone wolf
developed.
and cub, dude had a baby. Look at that baby.
Demon Lloyd, hell,
Yeah.
that kid's killed more people in the plague.
Telling me he can't raise no kid.
You know,
Wandering around.
it did seem like a much more emotional movie.
Yeah.
I felt like there was less slaughter and slaying in this one than there have been in past.
Maybe, but it's still a good
It
amount.
was still definitely a good amount of slaying and sword fight, but I don't feel like anything was lost in this particular Zatoichi film because it seemed like there was less, but it didn't seem like there was a lot. There was a lot of character development. There's a lot of emotional investment.
Yeah. Yeah, he's growing attached to the baby. Less the woman that he's with, not so much.
Yeah.
But she is growing attached to the baby as well.
Yes. And him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. She's
As that, I mean, but that's a Zatoichi standard.
Just gonna give up pickpocketing for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, slap my hand as hard as you can.
Let's go be a family with this baby. Get this kick-ass kimono for this baby.
Oh, that kimono was sweet. Had the gates with the river and an eagle.
Yeah.
I would wear that kimono.
Oh yeah. Little post bath robe, just
Yeah.
lounging around.
Was it silk?
Oh
Made of
yeah, it
silk?
was definitely
Yeah.
silk. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was one Ryu for sure, all day.
How much is a Ryu?
It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, like $100.
Okay.
It definitely looked like pre-Federal Reserve money. For sure. That was money backed by gold, damn it. You know?
Yeah.
That was made of gold, probably.
Yeah. He threw that on the ground. Didn't even hand it to her. Threw it on the ground. It had a solid thump. That was made of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We find out that the baby's dad is it's like a Yakuza boss.
He's aspiring.
Yeah,
He
he's a
didn't-
local
yeah,
guy
he's a local
trying to come
boss.
up in the
He's-
Yakuza
yeah.
world.
He's getting married. He's like, that ain't my kid. That ain't my wife.
Yeah, so
Bitch is
that's
crazy.
the thing. They go through this whole struggle about having to give this kid up. They get there and the guy's like, "Fuck you, I don't want this."
Yeah.
Like, you're lying. You're making this up.
Yeah.
He can't be embarrassed in front of his men there. That he had got rid of his past wife that sold her into slavery, basically, and then she had his kid. And he was just like, "Take him. I don't fucking care." And you could tell at that point, like, yeah, like there's a scene where, like, when he has that laugh, that like, like he does,
Yeah.
like he gets up and he's like takes the baby, and it's like you could tell he's like, "I'm gonna fucking
Murder
kill
this
all of
whole
you
gang."
people." Yeah. Which that's he ends up handing that baby to a monk,
Yeah.
who convinces him of what we know is going to happen. We know he's not going to keep that baby.
Yeah.
Monk's like, "You should leave him with me. You're a drifter, lying Yakuza.
You like
gambler.
gambling. You massage
You're
people.
a degenerate. Yeah,
Yeah.
a complete degenerate." And then they have a showdown. He kills everybody pretty much.
Kills everybody. He has a chance. Did we talk about the blind men that wander around?
Oh yeah,
that keeps
yeah.
running into him.
Yeah, that was funny. Like those guys look so fucking happy.
Yeah.
Like he blends in and they help hide him at the beginning.
Yeah.
Among all the other blind, they all keep saying their name's Ichi.
Yeah, I felt like, I don't know if all their names really were Ichi. I'm pretty sure it was just I am Spartacus.
Right. Yeah.
That was that kind of moment where,
Yeah.
We're all Ichi.
Yeah,
we
we're all
massage
Ichi.
people. We're blind.
Yep, we're all Ichi.
That's all we do.
Yeah.
We want to massage. But yeah, at the end, he sees him again and hides from him.
Yeah,
Wanders
because
his
he's
own
not.
way.
He's still pretty tore up about. You can tell at the end of the movie, he's like, this is like one of the lowest lows you've seen him.
When he
Got the
realizes,
scarf on his
yeah.
head, he's just like singing his sad lullaby song.
That he sung to the kid he heard from.
Yeah. The other mom was singing it.
That mom was doing some dangerous things. Walking on like a piece of wood across the creek.
That was
baby.
pretty cancel culture, though. You know, you can walk your kid above bodies of water
without the CPS going. Yeah, I mean, that's the movie. It's a Zatoichi movie. They're like, you know, for people that haven't seen them, it's kind of like watching an old Western, but it's samurai, blind samurai. We'll go ahead and go scores. I mean, this is a 5 for me. I like the whole. I like getting into his character dealing with this baby, and then how it affects him, and you know, him thinking about what his life is and what it isn't.
Yeah.
And it's like he can't. At this point, he can't change it. He's gone too far. He's killed too many people, and he's like infamous now. So he can't just live a normal life. And actually, one of the more recent ones I watched, he does try to do that a while, where he just like, he just goes and becomes a masseuse at an inn because his sword is gonna break. So he gives up his sword, and he's just like,
I thought he finally had his family, and then he had to
no,
leave.
not that far. But like he tries to put his sword down. Of course, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Like this is his character. This is who he is. So he can't deny it. So yeah, I really like this movie. It's obviously it's a 5 for me.
I'm gonna give this a 4. Reason why, I don't get enough blood from these movies. I want more blood in these movies when he kills. I enjoyed him running around with a baby, getting some hijinks with a baby. That was kind of funny seeing a blind man do that. Several times I was worried. I'm pretty sure he stepped on that baby several times when he's killing people, especially in the barn.
No way.
Oh yeah, they had to stop and let's move this baby because there's no way his footwork's that good. I don't know. But 4 for me. 4 for me.
Oh, it's a 5. It's a classic Zatoichi joint. I felt there was a lot more, in previous films that we've watched, you know, he's come into contact with women that are perfectly suitable, and he's just been like, listen, I got rice balls to eat, I got paths to walk, and people
It's a good
to
point. He
slay.
doesn't eat in this one. It just occurred to me. He
Yeah.
doesn't eat anything. That's usually one of his things is he eats sloppily through the whole movie.
You know.
It doesn't happen in this one.
No. And-
Anyway, go on.
But no, he's got, I got other things to do. It's, totally easy for him to dismiss the emotional connection that he might have.
Yeah.
But in this one, you do see a lot of emotional connection to the baby. You've got that scene where he tells the lady that he's paid to be a nanny that, we're going to give up this baby. I'm ready to be done. And then when she leaves to go buy the kick-ass kimono, you know, he's like, I was just fooling, you know, I love you and all these things. It really was, to me, it seemed a lot more like an emotional movie versus just a killing people with my sword because I'm blind sort of film.
I'm blind. I gotta kill people with my sword now.
You know,
Don't you
and
know why
all
I'm
those
killing?
films, every last one of those movies were excellent.
Yeah.
Right, but this did seem like this definitely was much more of a tearjerker film for me.
Especially it's I can't remember your face because I'm blind, so you gotta.
Yeah,
That was really good.
Yeah.
He's like, it's my nose, this is my mouth, and he's like, he's putting the baby's hands on it, and he's like, and I don't have these.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
That monk was telling him, listen, man, you're a gangster, a gambler.
Let this baby be a monk.
rambler. Yeah.
And he's like, teach him how to read and write, make him a good person.
It was a classic film. This one just had just a little bit more depth, I felt like, emotionally than the other ones. And it was a classic Zatoichi film. It honestly was not too long. It was not too nothing. It was perfect. I loved it. It's a 5.
Awesome.
It's no Train to Busan though. That's what I was hoping was going to happen.
Okay, listen, y'all didn't see how many hot wings I ate before this movie this time, and I'm glad.
I do want to say, like, I get your point about the blood.
Yeah.
It's definitely like Lone Wolf and Cub is actually pretty gory and bloody. Which those movies are made in the 70s, so like things have kind of changed, and this is from the early mid 60s.
Oh, okay.
But what I will say though is, to me, like, the action is still good, but the fact that it's not gory, like, you could show your kids this movie. Like, I'm gonna show my kids these movies. 'Cause I think they're actually wholesome and fun, and I think like you could actually, you can show these movies to anybody.
Yeah,
so.
I would definitely show some Zatoichi flicks to Jackson.
Personally, I would love the gore too.
Yeah.
I would love, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of like how they still kind of stay wholesome and like, because he is a good person, even though he always ends up killing like 100 people every movie. He's really is probably my favorite character in movies.
Yeah,
really,
absolutely. I agree with that. What is the movie where they end up? The final scene is like they're on a sled.
That's Lone Wolf and Cub.
We watched that one.
Yeah, you watched. That was the last movie in that series. Yeah.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure that I like connected that because I knew it wasn't a Zatoichi film.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's 6 of those movies.
Okay. So I'm behind on the Lone Wolf.
Yeah.
All right. As far as the gore thing, I agree with both the films. I would have liked to have seen when he sticks his sword in the ground that some blood comes off it, but at the same time, these are movies that if I buy the copies of, I can show to Jackson and be like, look how cool this is. Because at his 6-year-old brain, he's not going to be registering the character and everything like that, but he might just register that like he wasn't screaming because he was scared.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Another
great Zatoichi movie.
Fight.
Yeah.
Here it be. Psych.